AirAsia is setting up a low-cost airline JV in Vietnam. Its unit AirAsia Investment will establish the carrier with Gu Minh Company, Hai Ao Aviation Joint Stock Company, a member of local travel group Tien Minh, and businessman Tran Trong Kien, who owns Tien Minh. Hai Ao Aviation, which has a paid-up charter capital of some 19.4 million ringgit, will form the vehicle of the JV. For the purpose of the tie-up, it will increase its charter capital to 194 million ringgit. AirAsia will be providing 58.2 million ringgit of the required capital, which means AirAsia Investment will hold a 30% stake or 30 million shares in the vehicle. Gu Minh will hold 69.9% stake or 69.99 million shares. Tran will hold 1 share. AirAsia Investment will provide a loan of $2 million or 8.84 million ringgit to the JV company, while Gu Minh will loan $4 million or 17.68 million ringgit. The new carrier is expected to start operating by early 2018. Vietnam's airline market is currently dominated by Vietjet, which has a total market share of 43%. The MACC has remanded Master-Pack Group Executive Chairman Syed Mohammad Syed Murtaza, who is also an independent non-executive director in Globetronics Technology. The anti-graft agency is probing Syed Mohammad in a case related to Yayasan Bumiputra Pulau Pinang. He is being investigated under Section 23 of the MACC Act 2009 for using his office or position for personal gratification. Both companies said in separate bursa filing that the remand isn't expected to have any operational or management impact. This is because Syed Mohammad isn't involved in day-to-day operations. Yayasan Bumiputra Pulau Pinang was set up in 1980 to alleviate the economic situation of Malays in Penang. However, in 2011, the Penang Malay Association filed a civil suit accusing the foundation of breach of trust and land fraud amounting to over 115 million ringgit. It lodged a report with the police and the MACC in 2015 after the suit failed. US President Donald Trump plans to weed out countries which he thinks is responsible for America's $50 billion trade deficit. And along with China and a dozen more countries, Malaysia is on his potential cheater list. According to AFP, top administration officials said Trump wants to issue 2 executive orders to find the culprits. Quoting Commerce Secretary Wilbur Ross, the Newswire reports that one of the orders would get analysts going country by country and product by product, reporting back to Trump within 90 days. These analysts will look for evidence of cheating, inappropriate behavior, trade deals that have not lived up to their promise, lax enforcement, currency misalignment, and troublesome WTO constraints. However, Ross was also quoted as saying that retaliatory or remedial action won't necessarily be taken. The second executive order would entail looking at ways the US can better recover trade duties on products that are subsidized by foreign governments or dumped on US market. Trump's gesture is widely seen as a warning shot aimed at China as Chinese President Xi Jinping visits US next week and part of his America First campaign. Sapura Energy is still in the red, but less so during its 4th quarter of FY17. The group, which is formerly known as Sapura Kencana Petroleum, saw net loss narrowing from 1.29 billion ringgit to 172.3 million ringgit thanks to lower provision for impairment. The group's revenue fell 18.8% to 1.81 billion ringgit compared to 2.23 billion ringgit a year ago. In a bursa filing, it said excluding the provision for impairment, the group recorded a pre-tax profit of almost 668 million ringgit, which was 52.6% lower than the previous year. It declared an interim dividend of 1 cent per share. For the full year, Sapura Energy saw its bottom line return to the black. Net profit came in at 208.3 million ringgit from a net loss of 791.6 million. This was despite revenue falling by some 25% to 7.65 billion ringgit. Eversafe Rubber, which is slated for an ACE market listing on April 10th, expects to raise about 17.3 million ringgit from its IPO. The exercise entails the issuance of up to 78 million shares. It comprises a public issue of 48 million shares and an offer for sale of 13 million shares at an issue price of 36 cents a share. Eversafe Rubber CEO Chia Xiang-Ti says the proceeds will mostly be spent on upgrading its facility in Ipoh, Perak. The balance will be used to establish IP rights to improve its branding overseas, especially in the South America and Central America regions. Chia says South America itself is a very big market. For example, he says the volume of business in Brazil alone is about 10 times that of Malaysia. The company has identified a JV partner in South America for its plans to set up a tire retreading plant. The facility will start operation in 2018.